Hello everyone, this is Ayesha. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter Atomic Structure and Elementary Quantum Mechanics, which is there in physical chemistry. So before starting with actual quantum mechanics, we have to study about the failures of classical mechanics. As we know, this classical mechanics obeyed by macroscopic particles such as planets, rigid bodies, etc. And this classical mechanics, also known as Newtonian mechanics, which basically deals with the laws of motion put forward by the scientist Newton, and it takes into account the following important assumptions. In that, the first assumption is there is no restriction on the value that a dynamical variable can have. And the second assumption is there is no limit to the accuracy with which one or more of the dynamical variables can be measured except the limits imposed by the precision of the measuring instrument. Next, the third assumption is there is no restriction on the number of dynamical variables that can be measured at the same time. So these are the three assumptions. In that, the first one is there is no restriction on the value. Second one is there is no limit to the accuracy. Third is there is no restriction on the number of dynamical variables that can be measured. So these are the three assumptions put forward by the scientist Newton. So till 1900, we were thinking that, like it was thought that these classical concepts and laws hold good for both big bodies like planets, rigid bodies, etc., and also to the microparticles such as subatomic entities like electrons and electron, etc. So till 1900, we were thinking the classical mechanics is applicable for both macroscopic properties as well as the microscopic properties. But after this, the number of experiments in the first 2 decades of the present century gave results totally different with the predictions of the classical mechanics. For an example, the phenomena such as black body radiation, photoelectric effect, heat capacity variation, and atomic spectra, etc., the experimental observation cannot be explained by the classical concepts. Therefore, we move with the quantum mechanics because this classical mechanics was unable to explain about all these concepts.